Meadows
was asked earlier today about those comments.
It was early on in the primary, and certainly it didn't indicate any personal malice that I would have towards any president, previous or sitting president. Anyone who knows me knows that there is not a racial bone in my body.
Not a single racial bone in there. Joining me now from Detroit, Democratic Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib of Michigan, a member of the House Oversight Committee. Mr. Meadows has spoken about your exchange today on the floor. I wanted to hear your side of what that exchange was today.
Yeah, I looked up and there he was, thanking me for being gracious. We had an exchange about what happened in committee, and we went our separate ways. It was really, thoughtful of him to come up to me and to thank me that way. I think some of my colleagues were around, were also kind of watching the exchange, but I did appreciate that he did that.
Do you regret saying what you said yesterday in the hearing, or do you stand by what you said yesterday in the hearing?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, I really do stand by it, and folks need to know. I come from a community that I was raised in, which is the most beautiful, blackest city in the country, and fully around us and what's happening, I think, in the country right now with this sitting president of the United States. Very much, I wanted to be heard. I wanted to be seen, and for me, at that moment, watching this young woman stand up behind Congressman Meadows in that way was very hurtful, and it was very disrespectful.
What is the bigger lesson here? Because I think one of the things that happens every day in Congress now, the House minority, the Republican Party, is overwhelmingly white and male. I mean, you really see it. The majority is a much more diverse coalition of folks from different ethnic backgrounds, different races. It's female representation is higher. And it kind of seems like we're watching these sort of two Americas interact tensely with each other in every single committee hearing.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you, so many of us, I mean, this is the most diverse class, the largest class since Watergate. But I think many of us didn't run to be the first of anything. Many of us, especially the women of color that are there, really ran because they had a desire to do right by their communities and their families that they represent. But also, we didn't come just to make Congress look differently, which I think is important, but also we, want to speak differently and we want to feel differently. We want people back home to be able to relate to this Congress, to feel like it is a people's Congress and reflective of who we are.
I thought that moment was an example of that, I have to say. I mean, if you had not said that, a lot of people were